My Fair Lady, based on Pygmalion, by Bernard Shaw. Where the hell are my slippers?
There are your slippers. And there, take your slippers.
What's wrong with you? Why did you throw my slippers at me?
Because I want to smash your face. Why didn't you leave me where you found me? In the gutter.
Well, well, the creature has a temper after all.
What's to become of me? What's to become of me?
No idea. What does it matter what becomes of you?
You don't care. I'm nothing to you. I'm like them slippers.
Those slippers.
Those slippers. Anyway, who cares about speaking correctly now?
What is the matter with you? Are you complaining about your treatment here?
No. Oh, God, I wish I was dead.
But why? Eliza, listen to me. All this irritation is purely subjective.
What? I don't understand. I'm too ignorant.
It's only your imagination. There's nothing wrong with you. Now, you go to bed like a good girl and sleep it off. Have a little cry. That will make you feel better.
What am I fit for? Where am I to go? What am I to do?
Well, you could get married. You're not bad looking.
Oh, I sold flowers. I didn't sell myself. Now you've made a lady of me. I'm not fit to sell anything else. I wish you'd left me where you found me.
Nonsense.
What am I to do?
Lots of things. What about your old idea of a flower shop?
A flower girl. Your slippers.
Thank you.
These slippers belong to you. Do my clothes belong to me or to you?
What use would your clothes be to me?
You might want them for the next girl you pick up to experiment on. All I want to know is whether anything belongs to me. My old clothes were burned. Will you tell me what belongs to me and what doesn't?
Don't you play this game with me. I taught it to you. I created you out of the squash cabbage leaves of Covent Garden. And now you play the fine lady with me.
Oh, to you I'm only a squashed cabbage leaf. But to your friend, Pickering, I am a lady.
Pickering, I taught you to speak.
Oh, of course, that is your profession. It was just like learning to dance in the fashionable way. But do you know what began my real education?
What?
Pickering's calling me Miss Dolittle. That day when I first came here, that was the beginning of self-respect for me. And there were 100 other little things you never noticed. The difference between a lady and a flower girl is not how she behaves, but how she's treated. I shall always be a flower girl to you, Professor Higgins, because you always treat me as a flower girl and always will. But I know I can be a lady to Pickering because he always treats me as a lady and always will.
Well, Eliza, how nice for Pickering.
And I would like you, Professor Higgins, to call me Miss Dolittle.
Really?
You once told me that when a child is brought to a foreign country, it picks up the language in a few weeks and forgets its own. Well, I am a child in your country. I have forgotten my own language and can speak nothing but yours.
Well, you could do worse.
No. You want me only to pick up your slippers and fetch and carry for you.
I haven't said I wanted you at all.
Then what are we talking about?
About you, Eliza, not about me. Look, if you stay, I shall treat you just as I have always treated you. I can't change my nature.
That's not true. People do change. Your friend Pickering treats a flower girl as if she was a duchess.
And I treat a duchess as if she was a flower girl.
I see. I can do without you. Don't you think I
I
can't?
know you can. I told you you could. But I shall miss you, Eliza. I've grown accustomed to your voice and appearance. I quite like them.
Well, you have both of them on your gramophone and in your book of photographs. Whenever you feel lonely without me, you can turn the machine on.
Ah, but I can't turn your soul on.
You don't care a bit for me.
I care for life, for humanity, and you. You are a part of it.
I won't care for anybody that doesn't care for me.
I see. Commercial principles, Eliza. Just like selling flowers, innit?
Don't make fun of me.
I am not making fun. I am simply expressing my contempt for commercialism. I don't and won't trade in affection. You're angry because you can't buy me by fetching my slippers. You know, I think a woman fetching a man's slippers is a pathetic sight. I think a good deal more of you now for throwing them in my face. No use slaving over me and then saying you want to be cared for, Eliza. Who cares for a slave? If you stay for the sake of good companionship.
What did you do it all for?
Because it was my job.
You never thought of the trouble it would make for me.
Trouble? Would the world ever have been made if its maker had been afraid of making trouble? Making life means making trouble.
I'm not a preacher like you. I don't notice things like that. I notice that you don't notice me. What am I to stay for?
For the fun of it.
And you may throw me out tomorrow if I don't do everything you want me to.
Yes, and you may walk out tomorrow if I don't do everything you want me to. And you can go back to selling flowers.
Oh, if I only could go back to my flower basket, I would be independent of you and all the world. Why did you take my independence from me? I'm a slave now for all my fine clothes.
I've got an idea. Why don't you marry Pickering?
Pickering? Well, I wouldn't marry you if you asked me, and you're nearer my age than what he is.
Than he is, not than what he is.
I'll talk as I like. You're not my teacher now. You are a tyrant. I can't talk to you. I'm always in the wrong. You're nothing but a bully. I can't go back to my flowers. If I can't have kindness, I'll have independence.
Independence? That's just a middle-class myth. We're all dependent on one another.
I'll show you whether I'm dependent on you. If you can preach, I can teach. I'll be a teacher.
Teacher? You? And what'll you teach? You cabbage.
What you taught me, I'll teach phonetics. You can't take away the knowledge you gave me. You said I had a finer ear than you, and I can be polite and kind to people, which is more than you can. Now, I don't care a bit for your bullying and your big talk. Oh, when I think of myself crawling under your feet and being trampled on when all the time I had only to lift a finger to be as good as you.
You have a cheek. But this is better than complaining, better than fetching slippers, isn't it? Eliza, I like you like this. 5 minutes ago, you were like a millstone around my neck. Now, you're a tower of strength, a real battleship. Oh, by the way, Eliza, could you order some ham for me and some Stilton cheese? Oh, yes, and buy me a pair of gloves and a tie to match that new suit of mine. Oh, yeah, you can choose the colours.
Buy them yourself.